Okay guys, we are going to work on our basic punches here. We're going to start with our jab. When we throw our jab, we want to make sure that our non-punching hand is up, and we want to make sure that we roll our shoulder to our chin. Keep the chin down. I'm going to demonstrate here. Again, this is the one or the jab. So jab, one. Make sure your elbows are tight. We don't want to flare our elbows to telegraph punches here. We want to make sure those elbows stay nice and tight, and we're throwing the jab like a piston. Straight out and straight back. Straight out, straight back. Again, make sure that non-punching hand is up, and make sure you're bringing your hand back to your face after you punch. Again, on the side. Always footwork associated with the punches, guys. We want to start outside of range and move into range with the jab. Again, this is basic jab mechanics. One more time. Jab, hand back to the face. Jab, hand back to the face. Notice again, elbows tight. Non-punching hand stays up on the face. Okay guys, again, we're working basic punch mechanics here. We're gonna move on to the two or the cross. So again, in my good fight stance here, hands up, elbows tight. The two is coming from the backhand, from your power hand, and it's coming straight down the pipe. Again, like a piston, non-punching hand stays up. We're turning our thumb down, chin stays tucked, so our shoulder comes up to protect. And then back. So again, two, notice how I'm turning over my foot a little bit, turning over my knee and my hip. I do not want to just throw with my arm. I want to get my core involved in this. So again, throwing straight down the pipe and back. Straight down the pipe and back. If we were moving in with the cross, we would probably step with the left foot first and then balance up with the right foot. So if I was here in my side profile, if I was going to move in and lead with the cross, I would want to step in first and then throw that cross. One more time from the front view. So this one I'm not going to be moving in, and I'm just turning over that back foot. Straight in and back. Straight in and straight back.
All right, guys, so if you've got to this point and you haven't watched your first punch and your second punch, which are your jab and your cross from Coach Justin, go back and watch that first before you get to this. He left me with the hard ones. So here we go. I'm going to do the three. So the three is going to be your lead hook. This one often comes off of the two, so if you've thrown your two, you're in a great spot for the three. If you notice, my heel is up off the ground. I have this nice twist going on. If I was to do nothing else but just drop my heel, I would be moving the correct way. So I throw the two, and just bring that hand back so you can see what I'm doing. If I just drop my heel, I'm already turning the correct way. So here we go. When we throw in the hands, I've got the two, I'm gonna bring it back so you can see what I'm doing. I'm already set up for the three. I'm never gonna throw my three from here, because it's out and around is not gonna get me to someone's side of their head. So I've gone like I've slipped, so I have slipped a punch or I've thrown a two. I'm cocked and ready to go. My elbow is in. It's gonna be the last thing that leaves my body. As my heel comes down on that backside we just talked about, that's when my hand comes away from my face and around. I also brought up my front heel to put a little extra twist on it, and so I'm now balanced on my back end. So I'm pretty safe here. Also note that when my hand came around, it's protecting my face. This isn't gonna help me. This isn't gonna help me. I want it right over my face. There are two ways to hold your hand. We can be with your flat here, like you're pouring the coffee, or like you're holding the coffee. Either way is okay, but it does affect the way your elbow is gonna hold up. So I want you to make sure that you keep that elbow up. So one more time, I am ready to throw because I've slipped something or I threw a punch from the opposite side. As my heel comes down, my hand comes around off my face, and I'm good to go. When you're practicing the three, I want to make sure that we don't go too far over and extend, because if you've gotten that far, you're going to get hit in the back of the head or someone's gonna take your back if you're in MMA or another sport. So make sure when we're throwing that, you're just coming partway through. All right, enjoy. All right, guys, so we're on the video 4 of our basic punches. So number 1, you should have watched Coach Justin show the jab and then the cross, and then you should have watched my video on the lead hook. If you've gotten that far, then you're where you're supposed to be. So here we are with the uppercuts. Not the easiest thing, just like 3, getting the difficult ones. Bear with me, and if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. So, starting those uppercuts, same way we start everything. Hands are on the face, so leave them there. I can't throw my uppercut just straight out here. There's nothing on it. Everything comes from the hips, from the waist, from all the way down to the feet. We are twisting. So I'm twisting when I throw that uppercut. I'm gonna start with my lead, which is also the number 4 punch if you're calling your punches by number. When I throw this, I wanna make sure, again, my elbow's the last thing that leaves my body. Pretty consistent with most of the punches. So the elbow's tucked in tight. As I'm turning, my hand comes off my face. Bringing it back. My hand is not gonna go below my chest line. So a lot of times when I see this, we see a lot of here. This is bowling or slow pitch softball. I was a really good pitcher in my day, just saying. But we don't wanna do that. I want your hands to stay above your chest. So I'm ready to go, like I slipped a punch, throwing up to somebody's chin. So these are coming up to the face. The body shots work too. I want you to change your level on that. Same thing though, we're not bowling, we're not pitching. So down and back up. Other side is same thing. I've slipped, my hand just comes off my face as I turn, and I'm up. When we're rolling these punches, so if, like in the beginning of class, a lot of times we'll roll the 1s and 2s, and then the 4s and 5s. Rear one is the 5. I want you to make sure that your hands aren't coming below your chest, but also roll those shoulders a little bit. So it's not a full turn the whole way when we're doing these, because these are just to loosen up. But no, I'm not doing this. I see a lot of this a lot of times. Keep them up. One hand is always on your face. If you're not touching your face, I can touch your face. Give it a shot. Let me know how it goes.